Hi, my little passenger princesses. Thank you for tuning back in. There's a decent amount to cover today, so I'm just gonna hop right in. Look at this beautiful sunrise that I captured while we were flying over the Atlantic Ocean. And then we are flying right into Iceland. Absolutely no issues, all according to plan. So instead of us going to a terminal, they bring the stairs to the plane. So I feel like an NBA player coming out and stepping onto Icelandic soil. Who could that be? So about the luggage, I got that as a gift the last time that I went to Europe, like 10 years ago when I was in high school. I picked out the luggage myself. I picked out the zebra print. I was like, this luggage will last me a lifetime. I just don't really get it because I've never been a zebra print girl. I've always been a leopard print. So I guess if there's a time to do zebra print, it is on something like that because it is a statement piece. I never got confused on which luggage was mine. It's iconic, to say the very least. I grabbed my luggage and now it's time to get on the fly bus. So the fly bus is a bus that you can book that'll take you from the airport in Keflavik and bring you to Reykjavik because it's about a 45-minute drive. And they schedule it with incoming flights. So if your flight is delayed, that doesn't matter. They already know that. And genuinely, when I step out, it is so like foggy, overcast. I feel like I'm on another planet. Over the last 2 days, I've only eaten fast food because I didn't want to go grocery shopping. I slept about 30 minutes in the last 23 hours. I'm dehydrated. My body is tired from the infusion. I can literally feel a cold coming on because somebody sneezed on the plane and I was like, great, that's gonna get me sick. Literally, I don't know what it is about me. I can tell when I'm about to get sick. Like, literally, I can pinpoint it. One time, my cousin's kid, she was like, we haven't been sick for like 2 weeks, you should come over. And then one of her nasty kids literally coughed right in my face without covering it up. And I immediately was like, I'm gonna get sick from that. By the 3-hour drive that it took for me to get home, I was already sick. And so already I am just not feeling good. I feel disgusting and I just wanna get to the Airbnb. Whenever I'm super tired and groggy like that, I think like most people, I just get super clumsy. One of the fly buses was already full and we were waiting to start loading up the next one. And the bus driver, when he came out, he like accidentally kicked my luggage. So I was like disoriented for a second. I throw my purse in like the overhead bin on the bus and I have my backpack in my lap because the backpack was way too big to go in the overhead bin. And then I remembered that I forgot something in my purse, so I had to go grab it. And I forgot that there was like a little step in between in the aisle. And I stumbled and basically fell in this woman's lap. It was so embarrassing. My backpack is so massive that like, girl, cannot put it on the floor. I have to have it in my lap. Cannot put a seatbelt on. And they're like, make sure to put on your seatbelts. Doesn't even matter. I am not moving. It doesn't matter if we get in a crash. I am not moving because that backpack is like keeping me wedged. So we drive to Reykjavik. It's a pretty scenic drive because it's right along the coast. And when we get to the bus terminal, I cannot call the taxi because my international eSIM isn't activating. There was either no Wi-Fi or the Wi-Fi wasn't working well enough for me to call the taxi or get the... But basically, there's like an app that you use. There's no Uber in Iceland. There's like a... It's like a taxi app thing. I couldn't download it. At that point, I was just like, screw it. I'm gonna get a bus ticket and I'll go from there. So I asked the lady at the counter, like, what bus stop do I get out at? And she said, bus stop 5. Cool, thank you. So I get on for bus stop 5 and we're going, I get off and immediately I know that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm in front of the Harpa, which if you're familiar, it's a music venue and they host conferences there. It's an extremely beautiful building and it's received a bunch of architectural awards. Absolutely gorgeous. Not gorgeous when you are about to bawl your eyes out because you are hungry, tired, dehydrated, absolutely exhausted in a foreign country and just want to get to your Airbnb. I walk around for a little bit trying to get a signal. Obviously, I'm not going to get a signal. Cool, awesome, we love that. I'm stranded in a foreign country and I'm surrounded by people and I just don't know what to do. Finally, I cave and I walk up to one of the like dozens of taxi drivers that are lined up around the Harpa, and I'm like, yo, do you know where I'm supposed to go? And thankfully he was like, he put it into his GPS and he was like, oh yeah, this is like 3 minutes away, let's go. So he threw my luggage in the trunk and we were on our way. We get to the Airbnb and the host is on crutches. And there's like a bunch of little steps to get in, and I felt so bad for the guy because you could tell he was just like super embarrassed about it. And he showed me how to get in because the locks were super tricky. Literally the second he's gone, I am sobbing. I couldn't help but just feel so stupid and like this was all a mistake and I shouldn't have come. So I'm going to show you guys the footage from my little breakdown. And the reason being is that I really want to show the reality of solo travel. Sometimes it's really, really hard and sometimes it is the best thing that you've ever done. Yeah, I feel like my series, it wouldn't be realistic and it wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't show you everything. So that's why I recorded it. I'd like to just clarify that I'm not necessarily a crier. I don't cry very often. Like, I make the joke that I cry every 6 months alone in my car, like every other cool person. And that's because, like, I'm not a crier. I very rarely cry at movies or TV shows. In my own life, I very rarely cry. Sometimes it's more frequently, and then there's times where, yeah, I don't cry for like 6 months. It just is what it is. I'm just not like a very emotional person. So me sharing this is definitely me being vulnerable. So I hope you appreciate the realness that I'm trying to bring to this series. I don't know. Enjoy seeing me cry. I made it. I don't know why I'm so emotional right now. You know, you always just think it's gonna be so easy. That it'll be fine. And I got a little lost, but it like literally I was lost for like 5 minutes. So I don't know why I'm so... It's hard when you're in another country by yourself. I was told I had to get off at stop 5, which I did. And it was the wrong spot. And so it's just really scary because it's like, fuck, my fucking data isn't working. And I was just like, what if I got stuck for like hours? And I didn't. So I don't know why I'm like, I'm in a new country, I'm hungry. And I don't know what I'm gonna eat. I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta go to the grocery store. And I don't know how to read anything. You just like, you don't know how alone you are until you put yourself in a situation like this, and it's like, well, I don't know, I thought I was an adult and I thought that I had this all together, and it's just not. Like, I thought I planned it out so meticulously and it was gonna be so easy, and it's not that it was even this hard, but it's just like, ugh. I want to take a shower, but I might as well walk to the grocery store first. I don't know. And then I have a breathwork class tonight, and I don't want to go, but it's at 5, so I can take a nap. I got one myself. Happy SaBADDIEcal. Like, oh my god, what a pathetic start to this trip. And also it smells like cat piss really bad in here. I didn't know there was a cat, and there's not anymore. But it smells like cat really bad, and I'm allergic to cats. And it's too late to book something else. I cried myself into a nap, and then after like an hour, I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let this define my day. I can still have a good day despite a million things going wrong. So instead of letting that ruin my first day in Iceland, I don't care. I have a breathwork class at 5 p.m. that I really wanted to go to, and I'm gonna make it. So I did my makeup and got dressed, and by the time that I figured out how to lock and unlock the doors, I had a 10-minute walk to a place that closed in 15 minutes. So that way I could activate my city pass. So the city pass has like a pass to a bunch of different museums in Reykjavik, but it also has the city bus pass. So like incredible bang for the buck. So I like sped walked. I got there with literally like 6 minutes to spare. And then to get to the breathwork class, the bus stop that I needed to take was at the same park, and it was a straight shot. So I was like, boom, 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 let's go. I got to the breathwork class with like 15 minutes to spare, and that was absolutely perfect because then I could settle in and get cozy. This class was the perfect thing that I needed to reset my nervous system after having a full mental breakdown. That first day, like first day of Mercury retrograde, and also first day in Iceland, and first day of solo travel by myself, like pushing myself to the like literal cliff and then being able to like reel myself back in. It was so phenomenal. It was absolutely what I needed. So what the breathwork class is, you put on this little eye mask, you put on these like noise canceling headphones that like still, so you can't hear people around you, but it also has Andre's like voice coming in like right to your ear. And so he instructs in English and Icelandic, and he just tells you to like breathe in, breathe out, and just in like a rhythmic form. And they give you blankets, so you just get like really cozy and just you just let out these like really big deep sighs, and you don't have to worry about anyone else in the room hearing it. It was just phenomenal. It was exactly what I needed to reset. So please go see Andre Iceland. He was also featured, I think, in National Geographic, and he's given a lot of press conferences on his work. So incredible man, great class. That was awesome. After the class, I went to the grocery store, and that was nice because that was the first time in 24 hours that I didn't eat fast food, dried mango strips, or a protein bar, even if it was just sauteed green beans and like a cheese sandwich. It was like, I was so fried still from like the travel, the mental health breakdown, going to the class, and like just trying to read all the ingredients, like using Google Translate to see what I can and can't eat because I have so many food sensitivities. Like I can't have garlic, yeast, eggplant, I can't have winter squash, blah blah blah. I picked up just essentials to get me through what would be like 4 days. It was kind of a rough first start, but it reminded me of this quote by Anthony Bourdain. Travel isn't always pretty. It isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts. It even breaks your heart, but that's okay. The journey changes you. It should change you. It leaves marks on your memory, on your consciousness, on your heart, and on your body. You take something with you. Hopefully you leave something good behind. When I first read that quote, I sobbed. I swear every single time that I rewatch the footage from my breakdown, I tear up a little bit, but I had spent thousands of dollars at that point to be uncomfortable, and that was literally the point. I was supposed to break out of my comfort zone to rediscover myself and figure out who I am again. So it was working. As annoying as being uncomfortable is, it's really necessary to develop yourself as a person, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So thank you guys for watching and for being here with me. Next episode on Monday, you're going to be seeing me just exploring a little bit of Reykjavik. I go thrifting, I go to the Settlement Museum, I go visit the Leif Erikson statue, and a couple other fun things. So join in for next week, and I'll see you later. Bye!